you know about the most incredible football derby on the Iberian Peninsula? It's a rivalry steeped in tradition, passion and pride. The Basque Derby between Athletic Club Bilbao and Real Sociedad. This is not just any football rivalry. It's a clash that brings an entire region to a standstill, a showdown where the spirit of the Basque country is fiercely displayed on the pitch. From the electrifying atmosphere in the stands to the heart-stopping action on the field, the Basque Derby is a football spectacle like no other. What makes this rivalry truly unique is not just the fierce competition, but the deep sense of camaraderie and mutual respect between these two historic clubs. Athletic Club Bilbao, known for its Basque-only player policy, and Real Sociedad, with its own rich tradition, come together to create an unforgettable football experience. And hit like and subscribe in the meantime to stay up to date with our incredible football content. The Basque region, known as Euskal Herria in the Basque language, is a unique and culturally rich area that straddles the border between Spain and France. Its history and identity predate the formation of modern Spain itself. The Clásico between Barcelona and Madrid might be fierce and politically motivated, but those sides were just a sparkle in the sky when the Basque country was realizing its own identity. The Basques are one of the oldest ethnic groups in Europe, with their own distinct language, Euskara, which is unrelated to any other language in the world. This deep-rooted cultural identity has always been a source of immense pride for the Basque people and forms the backdrop for the fierce football rivalry between Athletic Club Bilbao and Real Sociedad. The roots of this rivalry can be traced back to the early 20th century, when football was becoming a prominent pastime in the region. Athletic Club Bilbao, founded in 1898, and Real Sociedad, established in 1909, quickly became the flag-bearers of Basque football. Athletic Club Bilbao was founded by British expatriates and Basque students who had returned from Britain, bringing the beautiful game with them. Real Sociedad was formed a decade later in San Sebastian, driven by the same enthusiasm for football. The proximity of the two cities and their shared Basque identity naturally set the stage for a fierce local rivalry. The first official Basque Derby took place in 1913, and from that moment on, the matches were more than just games. They were a celebration of Basque culture and pride. To this day, fans of both sides will drink in the street together on match day, flying their own colours proudly but united under the flag of the Basque country. Athletic Club Bilbao's unique policy of only fielding players of Basque heritage added an extra layer of significance to this rivalry. It wasn't just about football, it was about showcasing the talent and spirit of the Basque people. Real Sociedad initially followed a similar policy, but later opened its doors to non-Basque players, adding a new dynamic to their competition. Perhaps for that reason, Real Sociedad have had the better of things in recent years. Although Athletic Bilbao claimed the 2024 Copa del Rey title, this historic triumph was the first trophy of the century for Bilbao. Back in the day, it was Athletic Bilbao who were the biggest club in Spain alongside Real Madrid. They had unprecedented success, the likes of which Sociedad will never be able to replicate. Yet, the boys in blue and white have had the better of things in the last decade, claiming a derby victory in the Copa del Rey final, perhaps the biggest bragging rights of them all. Sociedad also featured in this year's Champions League. In the 20th century, Athletic Club Bilbao was the more successful club in terms of titles won. They secured a significantly higher number of Copa del Rey titles and La Liga championships compared to Real Sociedad. Athletic Bilbao's dominance, especially in the Copa del Rey, and their successful periods in the 1920s, 1930s, 1950s, and 1980s, highlight their standing as one of Spain's historic football powerhouses. Real Sociedad had a remarkable peak in the late 1970s and early 1980s, which remains the most celebrated period in the club's history. But overall, Athletic Club Bilbao achieved more silverware throughout the 20th century. Bilbao won 5 leagues and 20 Copa del Rey's cups. They were prominent almost every decade, while Sociedad settled for a window of success in the 80s, winning back-to-back league titles in 81 and 82. Historically, Bilbao have 8 league titles to those 2 of Sociedad, and their Copa del Rey trophy haul is incomparable, even if they did lose the derby final of 2020. The interesting thing about that one is it was delayed for over a year, and because of the COVID pandemic, no fans could even attend the game. It looked like we might have had a repeat of the great final in 2024, but Real Sociedad stumbled in their semi-final against Mallorca, so Bilbao would share the limelight with the Islanders instead, defeating them in a tense penalty shootout to claim a first crown since 1984. This sparked wild celebrations back in Bilbao, a first grand fiesta for the fans in 40 years. You better believe they celebrated it. The drink that mixes red wine and Coca-Cola is known as a calimocho in the Basque country, and the region is famed for its food, where a delicacy known as the pincho is a bite-sized tapas with a million variations that you will find on the bar of every cafe and restaurant. You won't doubt that the locals eat and drink well on match day. Both cities are fabulous gastronomic capitals that host rivers and sea between lush green fields and fervent football fan bases. And of course, these towns have been home to some unbelievable players. Telmo Zarra is one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of Spanish football. He scored 335 goals in competitive matches for Athletic Club, including numerous crucial goals in Basque derbies. He played during the 40s and 50s and was the top scorer in La Liga on 6 different occasions. His legacy at Athletic Bilbao is immense, and his impact on the Basque Derby is remembered fondly by fans. Zarra's ability to perform in big matches made him a key figure in the derby's history. Joseba Etxeberria played over 500 matches for Athletic Club in the 90s and early 21st century, becoming a symbol of loyalty and dedication. His performances in the Basque Derby were often pivotal. His leadership and experience made him a key figure in the dressing room and on the pitch, further solidifying his importance in derby history. Xabi Prieto spent his entire professional career at Real Sociedad, becoming a club legend and a fan favourite. His commitment to the club and his performances in derbies were exemplary. Prieto played from 2003 to 2018, which meant he shared the field with dazzling talents like Xabi Alonso and Antoine Griezmann too. The midfield orchestrator scored several important goals in Basque derbies, and his ability to perform in these high-stakes matches earned him great respect from both sets of fans. Apart from drinking in the streets together, these fans tend to mix it up in the stadium too. The passion is alive and well, but it doesn't tend to come to blows. It's just how football should be. We are not saying it should be like rugby and everybody should say, please, thank you, and oh, jolly good. But if we can keep the banter to the verbal and not the physical, then everybody will enjoy football more. This derby is a great example of the best of the beautiful game. As the final whistle blows and the echoes of the chants fade into the Basque night, we are left with a profound sense of why the Basque Derby is so incredible and unique. This isn't just a football match, it's a celebration of a rich cultural heritage that spans centuries. It's a passionate expression of identity, pride and community that transcends the boundaries of sport. Whether you find yourself in the stands at San Mames or Reale Arena, or watching from afar, know that you're witnessing something truly special. The Basque Derby is not just a game, it's a living, breathing symbol of everything that makes football and the Basque country extraordinary. And we cannot wait to see these sides meet in another Copa del Rey final very, very soon. From David Silva to Nico Williams, more legends will return and more stars will be born in this, one of football's most epic and unique derbies. Make sure to hit subscribe and join us for the next unbelievable football story.